back to the channel, everyone. This is Jordan Houck with McLaren Newport Beach. Today we're going to be going over the all-new McLaren GT. One of the most special features about the all-new GT is its overall ride quality and potential of everyday use. More storage capacity along with different suspension, resulting in a softer ride. McLaren currently has a few different series a part of their lineup. They have the Sport Series, the Super Series, and the Ultimate Series. The McLaren GT is a whole new series. It is not a part of either of those three, putting itself in a category for everyday use, comparing to other cars such as the Bentley Continental or Ferrari Portofino. Not exactly. This car actually has much more power and acceleration versus those other vehicles, but it's just something to compare to. Wow! The McLaren GT has the same motor in the 720S. It has been detuned, so it's 100 less horsepower than the 720. But my goodness, the acceleration is amazing. It's actually much smoother because the actual peak torque has been turned down, so you don't get that snap, but the car takes off once it starts to go. This car offers an all-new front bumper and new headlight design, something completely different than any of the other models have to offer. The rear of the GT is completely different from the other models as well. As you'll see here, the exhaust is actually down here towards the bottom, and it comes straight out versus out the sides like what the 570S has. Also up here you'll see that the taillights come straight across, a very aggressive look for this car. You will notice here that the GT actually sits much higher than the rest of the models. The car has more dampening, resulting in a much softer ride. This GT is spec'd with the Papaya Spark exterior paint color, McLaren orange with a very heavy metallic. It looks absolutely incredible, and it also has these optional 15-spoke wheels in gloss black. They are forged. The car looks great this way, orange and black. I love it. This car offers just over 20 cubic feet of storage space. If you remember, in 2017 and 18, the 570 GT offered just 13 cubic feet of storage space. So quite a big difference, and most of that space comes from the rear, where we'll go to shortly after this. Let's go check it out. The bulk of the storage space in the GT is going to be in the rear of the vehicle. McLaren claims to be able to fit one golf bag back there. Me, myself, have actually been successful in putting 2 golf bags back there, but don't hold me to it. But take a look. Let's see how big this space is. It's really incredible for a car that's a real supercar, to be honest. Something very unique about the floor of the luggage compartment back here is something called super fabric. It's actually been used by the military for certain applications. It's resistant to cuts, abrasions, and tears. That way you feel comfortable putting stuff back here. You're not going to tear up the carpeting of the car. For the GT in particular, there's 2 different ways you can spec the car. You can go more for a sporty look or more of a luxurious look. This one in particular is more on the luxury side, which I'll show you on the interior. Not a ton of carbon fiber optioned on this spec in particular, but you can put quite a bit of carbon fiber on the car as well. There are a few different interior selections that are available for the GT. This one in particular is a part of the Luxe package, which is in jet black. It's an upgraded aniline interior, and for the luggage bay cover is the super fabric, which we talked about a few moments ago. Also, you have the brushed aluminum extended gear shift paddles here, and some of the switches as well are in brushed aluminum. Gives the car a very unique look. A very special option for the GT, it's actually got an electrochromic panoramic roof. You can adjust the amount of sunlight that's shining into the cab. Very, very cool. Steel brakes come standard on the GT. This build in particular does have the carbon ceramic brakes. There's pros and cons to each brake. It just kind of really depends on what fits your driving style. The GT offers an all-new muffler and exhaust system. It actually sounds much deeper than any other one of the McLaren models. Sounds amazing. Have a look. Majority of GT cars in the market at the moment weigh a hefty amount, whereas the GT only comes in at around 3,300 pounds dry, which is unheard of across the board for GT cars. Also, the visibility on the McLaren GT is much better than any other McLaren. You can actually see over your right shoulder there's a window, and over your left shoulder there's a window behind the main driver's window. Something extraordinary. Another small but unique feature about the McLaren GT is on the active panel on the powertrain side of things, changing between comfort, sport, and track. The valves open and or close on the new exhaust system, resulting in a noticeable sound difference. There are certain paint colors as well that do not come standard, and it's an additional option, as well as the brakes. This car in particular has the carbon ceramic brakes, which is an additional option. Standard are steel brakes. Depending on what's selected for the interior of the car will determine the optional equipment price as well. For example, this one in particular is optioned with the Bowers & Wilkins 12-speaker system. I really encourage you to get that option. It really increases the overall sound quality of the car. This one also has the Luxe package, which you get the full leather interior, which I talked about earlier. That's a very, very important option, I believe. I think it's a huge upgrade and very well desired. You may also choose a different color brake caliper. This one, for example, is silver. Depending on what color you go with, it will change the price accordingly. Standard come the P0 Pirelli tires. Also offered are the Pirelli P0 Corsas. A really important option that I think is a big must is the sports exhaust. All of us know that with twin turbocharged cars, the car typically is not as loud as you think it should be, so the sports exhaust is something I highly recommend to really wake up the car. Another optional feature offered for the McLaren GT is the MSO Black Pack. For example, you get the gloss black front splitter, the gloss black wheels, the gloss black mirror castings, and the gloss black exhaust finisher. And even on top of that, this one in particular has the gloss black side skirts. Really gives it a good contrast look. Another pack that this car has is called the Practicality Pack. That includes the lifting system, rear view camera, front and rear parking sensors, luggage bay privacy cover, and home link. The last important feature I want to go over is the Premium Pack, which includes the full LED static adaptive headlights. We have the 12-speaker Bowers & Wilkins sound system, along with the power closing and soft close rear luggage compartment. With the base price starting at $210,000 for this car equipped as it is will run you around $250,000. I think it's a bargain for something like this. Full carbon fiber tub, just an absolute rocket ship of a car. Thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you get notified for more amazing content. If you guys have any questions, please send me a message on my Instagram, which I'll link below. Also, if you have any video recommendations or cars that you want me to go over, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Let me know below. Thank you guys very much. Have a great day.